So, for understanding the Shiv Linga, we have to understand what is the meaning of Linga. Okay, so the Linga means symbol or a proof. In Hindi, we can say the Linga means pratik or a praman, like some kind of proof, some kind of symbol that this is the Linga. Shiva is the Nirakrar Satya, like the formless, like a formless. Shiva is the formless truth, the Shivlinga. So when we look from the Vedanta, like I will start from the Atharvaveda, what Atharvaveda says. The Atharvaveda has the first description of Shivlinga. In Rigved, they have some shloka about Rudra, but they don't talk about the Shivlinga. In Atharvaveda, they talk about the Shivlinga. So there is the description of a pillar, that it's a pillar. Now we have to understand what is the importance of the pillar in our life. So if there is a pillar, what can a pillar do? It can support us. We can hold on the pillar, right? We can get support and sit next to the pillar. On the pillar, we can make a house. With the pillar, we can play around. So many things we can do with the pillar. So pillar is considered as a central thing. So this pillar is the central. So in the Atharvaveda, it is said that this pillar gets support to all 33 devatas. All the gods, they get support from this pillar. And this pillar is considered as a Brahm. And one of the name of this pillar, we call it Linga, because it's a symbol. It's not the truth. It's a symbol that, okay, it is something in the center which is supporting everything around. So that way, the entire universe gets support from this Linga, this pillar. The entire universe gets support from there. This pillar slowly becomes Shivlinga. So initially it was considered as a pillar, and slowly it is considered now as a Shivlinga. So it represents totally formless Nirakara Brahma. It's formless. And Shivlinga, if we go back to 6,000, 7,000 years back also, we can see the Shivlinga in Mohenjo-daro, place, and more back we can find the Shivlinga. So Shivlinga was always there. Now the another thing we understood it from the Atharvaveda, that what is the Shivlinga. Now another Shav path which is called Kashmiri Shaivism. The Kashmiri Shaivism is a very powerful Shaivite way of worshipping Shiva. So even they also say that they are like Advait Vedanta. The Kashmiri Shaivism is like the Advait Vedanta. They also consider Shiva as a Brahm, the main thing. So if we come from Kashmiri Shaivism, it is also the main thing. And by that main Shiva manifest everything around. That Shiva consciousness manifest everything around. So this comes from the Kashmiri Shaivism. In Kashmiri Shaivism, they say that the Shiva is the main thing, and then the Prakriti, then the nature, the Prakriti, the Maya, the illusion, it's on the bottom. Then we have another group of people who worship Shiva, that is the Lingat. They have their own tradition, their own way of worshipping Shiva. But they all say that the Shiva is the main deity. Shiva is equivalent to Brahm because Shiva doesn't have a body, it's a formless. Now we have to understand the difference between Shiva and Shankar. Right? The Shankar has Parvati and kids and everything. We are not talking about Shankar here. We are talking about Shiva, Shivlinga. Right? There is Shiva, then there is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Right? The creator, the preserver, and the destroyer, right? So this Shiva, which Shiva we are talking, it is above of them. The Shivlinga is above of the Shiva, which had body, like Shankar. We say Shankar Parvati, right? So it's one step ahead of that Shankar. Because Shankar has body, he has family and everything. Shiva is formless. Shiva doesn't have a family. Right? So everybody okay with this thing? The difference between Shiva and Shankar?
When you say Shankar, are you talking about the great saint that was alive in India? Shankara?
No. Shankar, that is Shankaracharya.
Yeah.
That saint is Shankaracharya. He was never God. He was just a saint.
Well, what is Shankara then?
The Shankar is the one who has a wife, Parvati, and 2 kids. Ganesha is the kid, like the family one.
Human form.
Human
looking.
Yeah, when he come in an avatar, and when he take a human form, then we call him Shankara, he get married and all those things happen. So we are not talking about that one. We are talking about the Shivlinga, one step ahead of that one. Right? The formless one. Then there are many Purans. They all have different stories about the Shiva. So Linga Purana says that Shiva is signless. He doesn't have any sign. Right? It's not that when Shiva is there, we are going to get any sign. No, he doesn't have any sign. He is without color. So the Shivlinga, the Shiva, that Shiva, it doesn't have any color. It doesn't have any taste. It doesn't have any smell. That is beyond words. The words cannot reach there. It means, doesn't matter how much prayer we are doing, for our prayers, it's very hard to reach there. And then it doesn't have any quality. The Shivlinga Shiva, it doesn't have any qualities. Right? When do the qualities comes? We read about that. The qualities come when the mind is there. All the qualities are vikaras. Right? All the qualities are vikaras. So this Shiva is beyond all the qualities. It is motionless. It never moves. Shivlinga never moves. It's at one place all the time. It is changeless. It never changes. Means it was never born and it's never going to be, it will never die. It's never going to be old. It's not going to be young or adult or old or die. It is changeless. This is the description of Shiva from Linga Purana. That's what they are telling about the Shiva. Now, there is Shvetashara Upanishad. Let's see what this Upanishad says about the Shiva. I want everyone to write it down so you guys will know like what these Vedas and Upanishad has told about Shiva. What is the reality of Shiva? Okay. So this Shiva, they say that Shiva, the Supreme Lord, has no linga. Ligua. It's saying that ligua, it means the linga, meaning he is transcendental. Right? He is transcendental. He's not a body. So when he's not a body, he doesn't have any ling. Means he doesn't have the gender part in his body. Because he's transcendental. He doesn't have a body. This is coming from Shvetara Upanishad. So it's beyond any character. This Shiva, the Shivlinga Shiva, doesn't have any character. What are the character? Character is a vikara. Being too good and being too bad, they both are the vikara of mind. They both Okay, so it's beyond that. So it's formless reality, and the lingam we talk, it's not a body part of Shiva. Right? Because Shiva, our Shiva is formless. So it's not related to body at all. The lingam means symbol or a proof. I think everybody okay with this much?
Can I come back to
Now-
what you were saying in the
Yeah.
meditation about the ash? I didn't understand the connection of the ash, what it means.
Okay, the connection of the ash with Shiva, like ash doesn't have any character, right? It's like a powder. And the ash is made when everything is burned out. So when we are moving towards Shiva, we need to burn all the vikaras, like all whatever is holding us back, we need to burn everything. So it's a symbol of purity, that you become so pure like ash. You doesn't have any kind of, like bad thing which is holding you. Nothing is left now.
So both the Ganga and the ash are symbols of purity.
Purity. Yeah. Both Ganga and ash are the symbol of, but the Ganga is the symbol of flowiness, right? And the ash is the symbol of totally burning yourself, and what is left when everything is burned, that pure thing is the ash.
Okay.
Right?
And then you mentioned also when you were describing Shiva Linga in the beginning, that it's both Jyoti, it's the light, and it's a
Light.
symbol
Yeah.
of Shiva.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now let's go more deeper. Okay, so I'm trying different concepts here. Okay, so now the another concept, the another way to look at Shiva. So another way to look at Shiva is that Shiva is same time, he is Sakar and Nirakar. Nirakar means the formless, and Sakar means with form. Okay, till now we were talking about formless. Now we are going to talk about the Shiva, which has form and which is without form at the same time. Okay, so we understood the formless one, right? We understood that. Now, why are we saying that Shiva has form here? The Shiv Linga has a form here? Because with our eyes, we can see a pillar, right? We can see something, a body there. And then we can see something holding that pillar kind of thing on it, right? So the pillar kind of thing which it's called peat, on which the linga is there. So that is we can consider linga as the having a form, because we can see that there is some kind of form is there. So when we see this linga and the body there, now we have to understand what it represents. Now, as my mom said, the linga is the pure Brahm. So Brahm, how many names the Brahm have? The Brahm is called truth. The Brahm is called Purush. So everything is Brahm. So that linga is considered as Brahm, and around that, the nature is there, the Prakriti is there, the Maya is there, the illusion is there. So the down part shows that attribute. Now let's see again what we see. That all kind of illusion is there. All kind of bad things are there. All kind of greed, anger, like desires, manifestation, everything, family, like everything is there, right? In between all the worldly object, this linga is standing alone. In between all kind of worldly object, whatever you can call, it surrounded the linga. But the linga is standing pure. So it represents, doesn't matter how much problem we are having in our life, doesn't matter how our life is, doesn't matter what kind of circus is going in our life. We should always look towards Shivlinga and try to become like a linga. Doesn't matter, whatever is happening, I am untouched. Nothing can touch me. Right? There will be something happening. The Prakriti, the nature, it will be doing so many drama around us. But I have to become like Linga and stay there unaffected all the time. Right? So we have to be unaffected all the time. So now let's see in another language. Okay, in another language we'll see. So we say that the linga is the male energy, Purusha, and the down part, we say that it's a feminine energy, right? Now, remember we have talked before also about Ardhanarishwara. So the linga represent Ardhanarishwara. In the same linga, there is a male energy and there is a female energy also. Okay, this is one concept. Now, another thing for everyone to understand. Here, the Purusha is male, but it's not the body male. It's not that it's a male body. Here, the Purusha means the person who have the knowledge of Brahm, who has the knowledge of Supreme. Okay, so here the Purusha is not related to body, because here the Purusha is called Brahm, the Atma. So the knowledge is pure Brahm knowledge or Atma knowledge. So the men can also be Brahm, Jnani, like the knowledge men can also have, and females can also have same time the Brahm Jnana. So it's not that it's a body, male and female. No, here the Purusha means having the knowledge of Brahm. Anyone can have that knowledge. And the Purusharth means like becoming, like the Purusha means having that thing. So female can also become like that and male can also become like that. So that is the Purush. So it's not that if you have to practice to become Shiva, you have to become a man. No, that is not true. Being a female also, we can practice that Shivoham and become like Shiva, become like the Linga, because it's not related to body. So when we become like Purusha, what will happen? Right? When we'll become like Brahm, when we'll become like Purusha, like a Linga, whatever is happening in the down part, they are not going to affect us. So whenever you, from today, whenever you see a Linga, always look at it and think that I have to become the top part. I have to become the top part. I have to become like this. So nothing can affect me. I have to not involve what is going in my life in the down level. I don't have to get involved. I will be there. I will be enjoying. I will be watching. I will be the part of everything, but I won't be involved like fully into it. I will be there and I will be totally detached. So the consciousness, like Shiva consciousness, now we are going to talk about the Siva consciousness now. So the consciousness is always in the middle of the universe. right? Which holds everything. Same way, the consciousness in our body, it's in the middle. It's near the heart, right? It goes up and up and up. We can consider it near the heart, or we can consider it from the Kundalini, right? Muladhara chakra, and it's going up and up and up. So it's in the center part of our body. So we have to always focus to move it upward, right? Always the focus should be to move it upward. The consciousness should be going upward. It should not come downward. When you will practice to move it upward, you will understand when it comes down. When you're angry or something happen, your mind get involved in any kind of thing, you can feel that your consciousness is coming down. When you see that it's coming down, when you can feel that it's coming down, try to push it back. Go into the meditative state or start doing any chanting, or look at yourself. What did you do? Why it was coming down? Right? Then we have to try to push it back up. So now we can say that the Shivlinga is the purest thing to worship, because it has the energy of male, female, everything. It can be worshipped like a formless, and it can be worshipped like a without form at the same time. So we can do the like puja or rituals for Shivlinga like anytime. Now another thing, when we go to the entire religion has become very ritualistic. Before performing any ritual to any god, for Shivlinga also, we need to understand what are we doing, to whom we are offering, and what we are offering. If with the offering, our consciousness is going upward, then it's helping us. But if with the offering, there is no movement in our consciousness, only the ego is going up, then that rituals are not helping us. With every movement, our consciousness should move a little bit upward, right? So I think that is too much for today.